Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's Tespa matchup between the Golden Knights of St. Rose and the University of California Santa Cruz Sluds. I'm Josh, and as always, joined by Ted. Ted, how's it going today?
It is right as rain, as always. And rain is prime weather for slugs, so we'll see that if my mood gives them an advantage. Alright, for game one, we find ourselves here at the Sun, capture the point. Jafar on his tried and true Reaper today. I like to see it. I think it's a Gorgon Lucio skin I saw from Golden Knight supports. Only maybe over, but spooky season has just begun.
That's right.
Already a team fight, double shield meta in full force by both teams. Smith doing a good job weaving back and forth on Sigma.
As we see, Clutch, Jafar, and Fitris all fall early. Control point still locked, though, and nobody is pushing for it, as St. Rose is going to fall back, and the Sluds are being very aggressive here, not letting anyone escape. Now they are on point and will take control of the first point. Jafar is able to pick off Superman, so they are down 1 DPS, and the other DPS as well, as Fitris is able to get Chase.
Golden Knights doing a really good job there, capitalizing on the Slugs overextension, 2 DPS down. The Slugs are really going to go for a turtle shell here for the point of control. They're doing pretty well so far, both requests coming out from the recess. Superman flying in to save the day for the Slugs. Dirk popping the first ult on the match with Coalescence.
There's the other one.
Getting down Overcast.
Doing Coalescences now, as Dirt's Inspires, they're able to pick off Overcast. So we'll see it with 3 Golden Knights on the point, as well as 3 Sluds, but Moop is able to pick off DPS Fraud, playing support. That makes sense. As they fall back.
That fade saved Dirk's life.
An early Death Blossom.
Enough to survive one ult, but not the other. However, Clutch avenges Moira by taking out Chase Max Reaper. However, Reaper was able to get solid picks off that ultimate, so this team fight is far from over 2-3. Switch doing a good job holding the point as the rest of the team regroups. Moop coming in with a meteor strike of his own.
Superman with 2, and Overcast also able to pick off Strunchy. Dirk does take out Overcast though, so they're down their main tank. Chase pits off Fitris. Clutch is going to fall back and wait for the rest of the team, as everyone else will regroup. We'll do a quick ultimate check. Fitris does have Sound Barrier. Dirk with another Coalescence is going to come back with it. And that's all we've got for now for the Golden Knights side. 71% on the objective for the Sluds.
The Slugs, Doomfist, and Lucio doing a really good job of just putting the Golden Knights out of position and using their crowd control abilities, the rocket punch, the move, just to get them away from the team, pinpoint them, and then either get them off the map or secure the kill. So that's really good synergy between them. However, with the ultimates online for the Golden Knights, they should be able to get the point back. A tremendous sound barrier coming out from Ficarus. Let's see where this leads. Ooh, a trade of crowd control there, a punch for a rock, and the fist to clean it up. Very well played by Moop. Overtime clock now in display. However, the Golden Knights take the point.
As Moop detected the flank by the Sluds Reaper, was able to cut that off, and from there the Golden Knights just kind of rolled with the team fight and were able to take it and clean up in just a matter of instants. We see dueling superchargers now. Now Jafar on point with Jeff Blossom able to pick off 1, and then Moop and Clutch able to clean up as well. Moop also gets CMB. So we'll see.
Very nice. The Golden Knights doing a good job not overextending, allowing Jafar the breathing room he needed to get into position while drawing away the enemy resources. Tremendous synergy there by the Golden Knights resources.
Strunchy does have grab floods, and that's all that's online right now for the Golden Knights. Could see it in use here. Already picked off though by the Doomfist for Santa Cruz. Able to lift up 1, but the sound barrier goes down, able to save their life. Now Doomfist falls in and takes out Moop with the meteor strike. That's Superman. Halted together, Clutch and Jafar. Now Dirk and Clutch fall. It's Strunchy on point now, just trying to stall as long as possible. Again, overtime is in effect, but first the Sluds have to take the point right back. Jafar, Strunchy, Fitris all fall. It's going to be a race to point now. We'll see if they can get there. Here comes Moop, able to touch just in time, but falls after the Death Blossom from Chase Pack. Overcast takes out the Hammond as well, just trying to stall as long as possible. It's going to be close. Jafar able to touch. St. Rose really dragging this out and able to try to force as much out of the Sluds as they can, as Jafar and Strunchy both fall. Dirk on point now with the Coalescence. Superman takes them out. Chase Pat does take out Jafar and Fitris. Moop able to get 1 pick on DPS Frog. Point is still contested, as CMB and DPS Frog both fall. Superman takes out Moop though. Clutch couldn't drop down a point in time, and the Sluds will take round 1.
team fight just never seemed to end. The Golden Knights doing a actually really good job there, trickling in, just touching the point seconds, nanoseconds away from the overtime clock expiring. They did a good job there with the ultimate management, moved with a good job with the meteor strike, running the overtime clock for as long as possible. However, the Slugs are just able to use their crowd control effects just to get the Golden Knights out of position and secure game 1 for Busan. We'll see how they're able to download each other's playstyles for game 2, once again on Busan for the second control point on this map. I don't know what to say here. Just really solid play by both teams. DPS, the dueling Doomfist, as I like to call it, just really well played by both teams. There'll be a lot of mind games in this map. You did a great job earlier, Josh, mentioning how they did a little bit of prediction there on each behalf, trying to understand, get in the Slugs' head where they're going to be approaching. And for this, at least until the point unlocks, the Slugs seem to be just really getting in on Golden Knight's faces. Very little breathing rooms to come down that choke point. A Doomfist kill deserves another Doomfist kill in time as the war of attrition for the objective continues. Fortify coming out from the Slugs race, a little bit double different resources there with the shield out. Jafar doing a really good job of breathing back in safety behind friendly lines. So much you're trying to work their way to point.
They're gonna...
Another coalescence.
Yeah.
Dirk gets those so early, and that really gives the Golden Knight the breathing room they need to make their advance onto the point. Scrunching getting a really good pick off the chase pick. The Slugs now down both of their DPS, just their tanks and Lucio on point to defend. Ooh, Doomfist back in the fray though.
Overcast is taken out by the Hyperspheres, as you see CMB kind of falling off point, just trying to stay strong, able to grasp most of the damage. DPS Frog is taken out by Moop. Struchy still pouring the damage on, as well as Moop trying to take CMB out of the equation. Clutch is lifted up, but the sound barrier does come out from Fitris, able to save most of the team. Clutch and Strunchy both fall. CMB is taken out by Moop though, and Jafar takes out Superman, so that's both DPS now with Jafar with 2. Agency is able to return the favor on Jafar though, as Moop is on point, just trying to do some damage. We did see Jeff with Death Blossom. That could come into play whenever he's able to get back to point. Fitris just trying to stall, falls at the end though, and now we wait and see with Jafar and Jeff Blossom. Jeez, Ted.
It's been a long weekend so far, my friend. Don't even worry about it. Fickers did a really great job there showing his internal Spider-Man costume, just clinging on those walls for as long as possible, just to give the Golden Knights as much time as possible just to get back to point. However, the Slugs did a good job just with their repressive fire to prevent Fickerus from getting to the team and get those healing groups off. However, Jafar does have Death Blossom online. 80% on the clock for the Slugs. However, this could be a game changer. They're going to have to commit a lot of resources to get Jafar the breathing room he needs in order to get in there and get those crucial picks off of the Slugs' DPS and support. They have to let the tanks be sitting back. The tanks and the Slugs doing a really great job drawing all those resources. Another coalescence coming out from the Slugs, just keeping everyone nice.
Oh, got booped up.
And the boop from the Slugs. Lucio, tremendous, able to take Jafar's Death Blossom out of play. Again, the crowd control from the Slugs has been on point, doing a terrific job, just really messing with the resource economy. Is that 2 uppercut kills?
It is 2.
Superman.
Yep.
Here to once again save the day and get game 1 for the Slugs. Very well played by both teams. We'll be right back.
Play of the game. to Numbani.
And welcome back for Game 2 of tonight's Tespa Overwatch match. We'll see ourselves here at Numbani. And is that a Bastion I see on Jafar, Josh?
We do see this sometimes with, is that Jingle Bells?
Attackers incoming.
I like that. We do
Good
see.
here, I didn't even notice that.
We do
Hell
see
yeah.
with defense here on Numbani, we do see the Bastion comp set up top, usually with Clutch on the Orisa. And as we've seen, Numbani has been generally a good map for the Golden Knights, both on attack and defense, especially when you get Moop on Pharah.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if they're like how long it takes the Sluds to even secure it, because Golden Knights' defense here on point A is usually quite strong.
Absolutely. They do bunker comp a lot of justice here on Numbani, and like you said, Moop on Pharah is just hellfire incarnate. And we do see the Pharah Mercy combo on display for this map as the Slugs begin their approach.
They're pushing right for it. Trying to barrier off Jafar's damage, but shreds right through any shield. That's what Bastion's really good for, is just kind of disrupting any kind of shield play. Now we see Moop laying damage on as one of the barriers goes down, but now both are devoted towards stopping Moop. As Jafar is able to shred Sigma's barrier now, they're going to fall on the point. Under the Immortality Field, Jafar with a pick after Overcast gets 2. Now CMB and Chase Pack gets 2. Clutch and Jafar both fall. Fitra's trying to heal back up, unable to do it, and Struchy's going to fall as well. And the Sluds will secure the objective with 3:07 to go on the time bank.
Chase Pack and DPS Frog did a terrific job there with the back flank, getting that crucial pick off the move, getting them out of the fight early to stop the Golden Knights' pincer assault, because they did have them cornered right underneath the Golden Knights' bunker position. However, they were just able to get those crucial picks off and right of momentum once Moop's DPS was taken out of play. However, 5 minutes on the clock, we'll see the Golden Knights able to kind of readjust themselves and take advantage of the really tight hallways that Numbani has as the Slugs begin their escort.
Now, right when we saw that fight begin, Santa Cruz getting very aggressive, and DPS Fraud ended up overextending, which created a very small window of opportunity for the Golden Knights. Dirk did have to throw down the Immortality Field, and looks like the Tracer for the Sluds was able to pulse bomb the Immortality Field. Overcast is taken out, but Clutch and Moop both fall after Chase Pack is able to cancel out the Rocket Barrage as Agency Deathballs Fitris. The payload will continue to move. We'll do a quick ultimate check, and it looks like Fitris does have Valkyrie, and that's all we've got for now.
When you're running both Genji and Tracer for your DPS, you do have to get a little bit creative with how you want to handle the Pharah Mercy combo. It seems for this particular case, they've assigned that task to Lucio and Moira, as Moira's range...
Nice that was a nice accretion there.
That was a beautiful accretion.
Now with the draft foot, a bit of an interesting play with only 3 really in the field. Fitris floating up above, trying to heal everyone back to up now. But just showing the aggressiveness, something that St. Rose has had to face a lot recently, just aggressive teams up against them. As we see Chase Pack pretty much die in St. Rose's spawn. So they're going to fall back and regroup with the rest of the team. We did see Moop also switch off of Pharah and go to Doomfist before the beautiful accretion by CMB. So something to keep an eye on here if you're a Golden Knights fan would be Moop, and just how much damage they can cause, and try to pull everyone off the payload, but also maximize the damage at the same time.
Great job weaving in and out from enemy fire, back behind friendly shields, using the rocket punch as a means of
Dragon Blade.
escape rather than a means of engagement. Able to punish Superman's ultimate, grounding not a bird, not a plane, but a dead Genji. Very well played by Moop there. This will have to be the last stand for the Golden Knights, though, as the Slugs do continue their push. Relatively undaunted, however, Clutch does have Supercharger online and Gravitational Flux also online. We see Dirk popping Coalescence, making it a very offensive Q press, trying to push back the Slug as far back as possible. And soon we will see the rewind for the point. Scrunchy doing a great job creating space as a main tank with the shields, getting that crucial pick on Overcast, forcing a reset by the Slugs as they retreat.
Now something, I think Chase Patch was kind of going for a back cap there as the rest of the team kind of pushed up. So with Genji and Tracer being the 2 DPS, at least for now, for the Sluds, that's definitely something you want to be aware of. You want to be watching that tracker up top. And if you see it moving, you better run back as quick as possible. Because with those 2 heroes, it can really get a little hairy. Meteor Strike is down as Moop is able to pick off 2. Overcast is able to take out Clutch's Supercharger, though. Moop with a 3rd. And now Dirk pits off Overcast. St. Rose will win that team fight. 3:52 to go. A lot of time left in the time bank, but St. Rose's last 2 team fights have been great and showed a lot of progress here on this defense of the payload.
Really good coordination there with Dirk and Moop, just getting that crucial kill on the Sigma, getting more time off the clock, forcing another retreat by the Slugs. We do see the Slugs have a DPS switch of their own as they are also running Doomfist, so we'll see how that works out with the Doomfist v Doomfist action here. However, Jafar does have his ultimate online. We'll see if he was able to learn last time from the Slugs. Critical crowd control, and able to really weave into their backline and get those crucial picks. 3 minutes on the clock with Neptune will maybe our most engaging team fight yet. We see
Sound barrier.
Sound barrier and the immediate takeout by Doomfist via the Slugs. Very well played. The sound barrier coming out just to take care of the damage dealt by the Golden Knights Gravitational Flux, and that crowd control shutdown.
Ooh.
Incredible. Another crowd control stun by Slug Sigma, shutting down that rocket punch engagement. However, Fickris does have sound barrier in line, so if things do start to get even dicier than they are now, can't top that just to extend this team fight.
There it is.
We will see come into play. This little boot there just to get Doomfist, a little bit of get off the action there. Slugs holding on as long as possible, 10 health.
As Q is just being pressed all over the place, the Sluds are able to secure it after Agency gets 2 with the Coalescent, CMB with 2 with the Flux. St. Rose couldn't get back to the point in time. The Sluds will secure the payload with 2:35 left in the time bank. So you see the Golden Knights go on an attack here. Could see the, like I mentioned earlier, the patented Moop Pharah play, but also we saw it once with the Symmetra teleport, try to get under, cause a little bit of damage, maybe throw a Maywall up to try to barrier off the Bastion. That is, if they go with the Bastion. So we'll see. The Sluds have been very aggressive here today, so we'll see if they also set up aggressively on defense. A lot of time to work with in that time bank, so we'll see how aggressive they want to be, or if they just decide to lay back and live to fight later in the rounds and try to secure Numbani.
Absolutely. Either way, both teams will have to follow the lead of their DPS. We saw the Slugs with their really advantageous flankers, both Genji and Tracer. Once they got those critical picks off of the St. Rose Golden Knights DPS, they're able to ride that momentum and capture the point. We do see Jafar on a Hanzo, a very interesting pick. So if the Golden Knights are really able to capitalize on the picks that Jafar is able to get, we could see a very crucial turnaround for the Golden Knights here in Numbani.
Far Mercy alive and well. I don't think that will ever die. So we will see Moop try to lay the damage on, see how quickly that rocket barrage can be built up. And we saw the Sluds secure the payload pretty quickly. If the Golden Knights get off to the right foot on attack, you could definitely see them return the favor and also have a lot of time to work with in the time bank. So let's get started. Enough predicting. Here we go.
Jafar and Orisa leading the charge here. We see the Slugs decide to go for a more meet them head-on approach. We see Doomfist online as well, taking advantage of the high ground positioning that Numbani avails himself to. We see Moop doing a good job supplying a lot
They don't have a
of
Bastion.
pressure, getting them off the high ground with the sound.
No Bastion here for the Sluds, choosing DPS combo of, I think, Hanzo and Doomfist, I believe. Yep, there's the Hanzo. So Jafar able to pick off the Hanzo, speaking of.
Wonderful. The Golden Knights can ride this momentum, if they're able to get that Doomfist out of play, which they are able to very
Two
well.
DPS down.
Ride the Scrunchie, the DPS down, the Golden Knights begin to advance onto the point here. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on this momentum, forcing out the black hole from the Slug Sigma, just trying to suck up all those arrows as possible to build up some extra hit points. The tank's doing
Immortality.
a really good job still in time, as we do see another one of the Slugs regroup. Both the healers now back online. The double shield pressure needs to be on point for the Golden Knights to clean up this team fight. However, we see Rocket coming out. However, DPS Frog once again doing a terrific job getting Moop out of play.
That was all St. Rose, and it all started with the pick on Fitris, and it kind of snowballed from there. As we see the DPS come right back into the fight. This time they switched. I think it was Superman on the McCree, and it turned out to be a lucrative pick, able to pick off Mercy and go from there.
Absolutely. As the Golden Knights begin their second advance, can we get a ultimate check? Let's see.
Was that an accretion right out of spawn? I think it might have been. Dirt with Nano. And that's all we've got so far. Fitris is close to Valkyrie. Jafar also close to Ultimate as well. I'm a sucker for a good accretion. I had to check on that. So we do see Fitris Valkyrie is online, not using it yet.
Dirt getting a very good pick off
There it
the
is.
chase pack. Now the Slugs have one DPS down and a healer down, so the Golden Knights able to ride this momentum. Nano is online. Whoever they decide to Nano could decide this team fight. A Supercharger was
Sound
out.
barrier.
Sound barrier coming out from the Slugs just to keep the tanks nice and topped up while the supports regroup. Once again, the double shields doing a great job. The Slugs are having
One down.
really using that synergy to the best of their abilities. Overcast does go down. However, a grab flux will come out. Both Move and Scrunchie once again taken out. DPS Phone doing a terrific job wreaking hell on the St. Rose's backline.
Superman with the flash on Dirt as well, but DPS Rod able to get 3 pits right toward the end of that team fight. I don't know if Nano got used. I think they switched. Yes, they did switch off of Ana. I think they did pop Nano at some point. It just didn't pay off much value there. Jafar does have Dragon Arrows. Clutch with Supercharger, now Scrunchy with Draft Flots, so they do have some ultimates to work with. Where's the defense set up here for the Slugs? They're looking for it. They find it as Overcast now jumps onto point, throws down a barrier. Maywall does go up, trying to wall off most of the Slugs. Fitris does take out Overcast. The ultimate is out from the Hanzo for St. Rose. Jafar taken out, Fitris as well. Moop able to pick off Agency. Now Chase Pat takes out Scrunchy, but taken out as well. Nice shot.
Fire by Moop there. Nice shot indeed. Showing Chase Pack with a real sniper is. Now it's DPS out of play for a technical team kill with Golden Knights. With less than a minute on the clock, we're able to secure point A. Moop truly earning that golden gun. However, the Slugs, undaunted, begin their advance against the Golden Knights as they begin their escort. We're seeing the Sigma Shield once again come out, creating that space for the rest of the Slugs. Dirk does have Coalescence online. We'll see if they use that for a rainy day emergency or if they use that to push out for some extra aggression. The Sigma barrier is down, however, it did force out a halt. It was a little less resource than would be standard for the Golden Knights. There it is.
High Noon is out. Oh, able to pick off 5!
5K off of that. Superman earning his namesake for a full team kill. Chase Pack able to clean that up.
Wow.
The shield protection really granted Superman the coverage he needed just to get in prime position for that. What a play. However, it appears that one of the Slugs is a bit overextended.
Yeah.
Get some suck off of that. I'm not
Interesting.
sure which member of the Slugs that was. However,
Well,
the
they
Golden Knights have taken up that high ground.
Trying to heal back up. Here comes the Draft Flots out from the Golden Knights, able to lift up 4. Very lucrative, as able to take out DPS Fraud as well, who we saw pop off earlier, so that's a big name to lose, as CMB also falls at hands of the Blizzard, not able to chew that up in time. Overcast falls.
Beautiful halt there. Clutch able to shut down Overcast and Chase Space. Very well played. They did have to commit to using 2 ults there with the Gravitational Flux and the Blizzard. However, it worked out in spades as the Slugs are forcing a retreat as now the Golden Knights begin their advance close to the second port now. We'll see if the Slugs decide to contest. We're seeing a Sigma Shield come out to create some space. Ice Wall coming up, and that will halt the Slugs' advance as the Golden Knights are just seconds away from getting it. However, a very impressive and out of left field ultimate coming from the Hanzo. DPS Frog now taken out of play. Move doing a really good job prioritizing the targets. They've learned from the previous team fights that's not the DPS anymore that are causing momentum to rise for the Slugs. It's the supports that are able to keep up the rest of the team. So focusing on them will be critical for the last 2 minutes of this match for the Golden Knights. They were able to cap that point and are now regrouping. We do see Jafar does have Q online. We get another quick ult check, Josh.
So as you said, Jafar, clutch with Supercharger as well. Fitra still holding on to that sound barrier. It's been a little while now. And that's all that they have online currently, but I say all, it's a lot to work with. So we'll see as the Hanzo is in behind for the Slugs, and not just a little behind, way behind. Another high noon up, they're able to get lifted up. Oh, but taken out.
Critical ice wall and ultimate by Jafar, able to shut down. Could have been another disastrous ultimate by Superman's McCree. Very well coordinated and capitalizing again with that ice wall to separate the tanks from the rest of the Slug support. Very beautifully coordinated. The Golden Knights now continue to advance to the final really tight choke point here in New Bonnie. We'll see how the Slugs are able to reposition themselves and use their own ult to halt their advance with 1 minute on the clock. Figure is taken out of play, however, an eye for an eye. Chase back is taken out of play. DPS Frog doing a great job.
Nice shot.
However, it won't be enough. Jafar able to take down the MVP for the Slugs. Clutch dipping into Fortified just to minimize the damage increase. Another Blizzard coming out from Moop. This will be huge for the Golden Knights.
That was such a quick Blizzard. Built that up so quickly. Sound barrier is going to create some issues, though, as it came from DPS Fraud. But it's only 3 on point now. 0.88 meters to go. Dirk and Moop are able to get pits. The Wrecking Ball is out, just trying to stall. 0.11 meters. It's so close. Halting together, able to halt that Wrecking Ball for a second. It was Overcast taken out as ultimate comes out from Jafar as well, able to pick off CMB, the Winston. Clutch just trying to pour some damage on. Halting together, unable to get that. They escape the clutches of that halt. DPS Fraud does fall. Only 1 on point, I believe, for the Slugs. Strunchy does have grab flux, might have to lift up the Wrecking Ball, is going to, able to get it, but CMB gets right on the point. They don't lose any progress there. Jafar and Fitra able to get pits of their own, and the Golden Knights will secure it with a minute to go in the time bank.
The Slugs just kept trickling in and in for that last final team fight, and the Golden Knights were really able to just capitalize on the resources they had available to them, keeping Scrunchy and the other tank up, just really doing a great job holding their position, not being daunted by the crowd control that Hammond was trying to put out by separating the team, and that gravitational flux able to get Hammond out of play and secure the point for the Golden Knights.
We do enter overtime, and it's going to be a good one. We do have a minute versus 3:23 for the Golden Knights and the Slugs, respectively. And let's get right to it. It looks like the Golden Knights are going to be on the attack. So we'll see how the team decides to go about their composition. See if we have another spawn attrition, because, you know me and my attritions. We will keep an eye. We do see Moop going back to May as well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jafar sticking with Reaper as well in a similar composition for the rest of the team. So why not roll with what's worked? That's what they're going to roll with. And we'll see if the Slugs decide to change up their defense at all. St. Rose will go to secure the payload.
Ficarus on Lucio could be very critical since they only have a minute online. Ficarus' speed boost could get them to the point as quick as possible, as we're seeing on display right now. Clutch leading the charge on Orisa. We'll see how the Slugs decide to set up. It appears to be a Orisa shield on the high ground. They're doing what worked last time for them, just going from the right, taking the element of surprise. The Slugs completely set up on the high ground, now have to reposition themselves behind the point. Completely taken by surprise by the Golden Knights approach. As we enter the first team fight, Jafar taken out of play by Chase back, Lucio in the back line. Another solid pick by Overcast, getting Dirk out of play. Both the Golden Knights tanks are down. The Slugs doing a really good job pushing Moop away from the rest of the team, securing that kill. Jafar waiting for the rest of the team to group up. 20 seconds on the clock. They're really going to have to make their push to the point. If they're able to, the Slugs pushing up to prevent that from happening. Grecian,
keep an eye on Jafar here. You should be able to get there in time. But might be behind. Oh, he was met with a group of 3. They do touch, so overtime rules have begun. Fitris is able to touch and stay on point for just a second. Now 4 Golden Knights on point. It's a pretty even fight on the point. Moop and Fitris each able to get a pit. CMB does take out Twatch though, so that's a main tank down for the Golden Knights. Meteor Strike is out from the Sluds. No pits off of it, but CMB takes off their Sigma counterpart. Overcast takes out Moop as well. It's one on point, and it was Fitris. They fell. The Sluds will hold on in round 3.
Golden Knights were successfully able to get a pick during that round there, so we'll have to make sure that the Slugs aren't able to get any prime purchase on point 1 of Nubani here, and they'll have to do that with 3 minutes on the clock. So we'll see how they change up their defense, try to kind of analyze what was working for them, what wasn't. Once the Slugs were able to get the DPS out of position, they were really able to ride that momentum and secure the point. However, the Golden Knights kind of copied that strat and used that to their own advantage, getting the supports away from the Slugs, getting those people out of play. However, the Slugs DPS did a really good job holding their own, helping out the DPS, and allowing the Slugs to ride out the clock. We see Fricker switching over to Mercy now for the defense. We could see another Fair Mercy just to kind of learn from past mistakes and try again. We do see double shields also online, and there it is, the Far Mercy combo. This is proving to be a very interesting war of attrition so far on Nubani. Still anyone's game.
There's the Jafar on the Bastion as well, so we will see a bunker top. I'm curious where they decide to set up, though. We did see them start up top last time they were on defense, but it didn't last very long as they had to fall down and then couldn't hold it from there, even when the Immortality field was out from the Baptiste. But now, no Baptiste on the field, so we'll see if Dirt and Fitris's healing is going to be enough. And we'll also see how much damage Moop can rain down in the 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's get right into overtime here on Nubani, round number 4. Keep an eye on where Jafar decides to set up. They will set up basically where the Slud set up last time they were on defense. Oh, the Genji is in, but Dirt's nade able to save most everyone's life. Jafar able to stay in position and keep raining damage down. Now Moop being healed up. Nice quick scope there, Dirt. Quatch does fall at the hands of Superman. Keep an eye on Dirt as they're able to sleep Agency. Just going to let them sit there for a little while. Jafar and Strunchy both go down. It's getting close to the first point as Dirt is able to take out Agency. A bit of trading going on now. Moop can't stay up. One on point. They fall, and the Sluds will take this one.
With game 2 going to the Slugs, that'll be 2-0. And that victory for today's Tespa match will be going to University of California Santa Fe Slugs. Very well played by both teams. Let's see this ultimate coming out. I believe this is the 5K we saw earlier.
Yep.
Again, doing a great job hiding behind that wall, not being daunted by the Hulk, getting back in position, and there it is. A beautiful resource economy by the Slugs there, and beautiful work by the Golden Knights as well. They may have invested, however, we saw a lot of team synergy there. We saw some adaptability. We're seeing a lot of improvement in general coming from the Golden Knights this season. But again, that brings us to what may be the end of today's match. We'll be right back. Hello again, everyone. I apologize for the miscommunication. Today's match will actually be a 1st-to-3 instead of a 1st-to-2, so the Golden Knights are still in this. We'll be right back momentarily.
Traveling to Morale.
And welcome back, everyone, for Game 3 of today's Tespa exhibition between the Golden Knights and the Slugs. We see ourselves here at Dorado, a classic map here for Overwatch, and we will see the Golden Knights beginning on defense. Jafar once again touting the Reaper, Ficarus on Lucio. It appears the Golden Knights are opting not to go for a bunker comp for their current setup. We'll see how this plays out as the Slugs begin their attack. Luke going to show why he's earned that golden Doomfist gauntlet.
There's a lot of golden stuff. Doesn't make me feel great about myself, but we'll see how much that gauntlet is going to be stained as things get started. Another Genji play from Superman. Just kind of laying the shurikens out there. Moop takes a bit of damage, double barrier setup, as DPS Fraud going right in for it to Lucio, but shut down immediately by Moop. Really aggressive there from DPS Fraud, the support.
Moop doing a great job getting DPS Frog out of play. We've seen this entire exhibition match. DPS Frog has done a really good job getting behind and annoying the Golden Knight backline. So Moop prioritizing him as a target, and DPS Frog going right into him in order to get that pick. Tremendous work. Once again, getting him eliminated and out of play to halt the advance for the Slugs as the rest of the Golden Knights advance the result. They did a really good job earlier applying a lot of pressure to the shields and playing around double shields on their own end of things, so they're able to once again apply some pressure on the shield as the Slugs begin to push up the cart through the first choke point.
As things get started here, deflection coming from the Genji for Santa Cruz. Superman falls this time at the hands of Jafar the Reaper. As the double barrier is out, Coalescence is popped at the hands of Santa Cruz. No pits off of it yet. Jafar is able to take off their main tank, Overcast. Chase Pad taken out as well. The McCree, and now CMB falls as well. St. Rose really rolling here to start Dorado.
Jafar did a really good job capitalizing off the out of position plays that Moop was doing, just spreading out the team perfectly, just feeding them to Jafar to get those final picks off. That Superman kill earlier, that was like point blank. It's like those bullets are made out of kryptonite. Moop does have ultimate online, so we'll see how he's able to use that just to halt the Slugs advance once again. Now coming shy of less than 2 minutes on the clock here for the Slugs. We do see ultimates online for most of the team. We do see that Moop decided to use the ultimate to get behind the Slugs and get himself a nice area to reposition as cooldowns come back online. DPS Frog drawing his attention away from the rest of the team. Another deflag. Oh, pardon me, that was Genji.
Superman, yeah.
I got my squishes confused. Supercharger online clutch. The movement of the payload has been completely halted now as the Slugs once again regroup, trickling back in with the charge being led by the Orisa. That shield absolutely shredded within a second. A lot of solid target prioritization as we see our second Coalescence coming out.
Nice.
Very aggressive usage of it. Moop fully capitalizing on that to get 3, make that 4 picks off of the Slugs. Doing a tremendous job here playing off the tight choke points that Dorado provides to the Golden Knights, and the resource economy has been on point. As soon as they're able to get DPS Frog and the other support for the Slugs out of play, to be able to ride that momentum just to force a retreat for the rest of the team. Very well coordinated.
And we did see Jafar did use Death Blossom during that fight. Supercharger does come out from Santa Cruz. Clutch does have theirs, not going to use it yet. Sound Barrier as well, so they're really devoting a lot. Dragon Blade and High Noon also both coming out. They really want this point here with 50 seconds.
A lot of Qs coming out and only 2 picks to show for it. The Golden Knights can still hold this, and I don't believe they have any ultimates of themselves online yet. They do have Sound Barrier, however, it won't be enough to get it off as the Slugs are able to capitalize, get the team kill, and get point 1. With another 3 minutes out to the clock, the St. Rose Golden Knights will now have to reposition themselves as the Slugs begin to advance. This next point, while it does have a bit of a pivot, it does provide more open space for the Slugs to kind of spread out and not be as congested with the tight choke point. However, it does provide more open high ground area for the Golden Knights to continue their defensive onslaught of damage. You see the double shields once again coming out. Superman switching over off of Genji to Widow,
Nice.
able to get a pick off, taking the Golden Knights by surprise. However, one good DPS kill deserves another as Moop is able to get Chase back out of play, and Moop is in kind taken out by Superman, avenging his fallen comrade. Supercharger once again online, another very offensive Coalescence coming out, this time from the Slugs' own Moira. see how they're able to hold this defensive as the Slugs approach the second point. Fortified doing a great job on the Slugs Reese's end, just keeping her alive as the rest of the team comes in to keep her up. Another Coalescence coming off the dirt, doing a terrific job building this up quickly. 2 Coalescence kill now and taking the support down for the Slugs as the Golden Knights continue their advance, pushing the card back, make that a 3rd pick as Chase Pack goes down as well, forcing a retreat for the surviving members of the Slug team.
Oh, is that drone after the Widow? Yep, Superman just trying to wait, accept that, not do anything. I think they're going to keep him up, try to stall it even longer. Smart play there. Now, it didn't really work out, but we have seen some really great shield play from the 2 tanks for Santa Cruz. As soon as you see Arisa's barrier go down, Sigma's is right out there. As soon as his goes down, Arisa's is right back there, and they're able to slowly play that game of leapfrog with their shields. Like I said, didn't pay off there, but it's something to keep note of if you're a Golden Knight fan, just a tank play and how to handle that. But what do I know? That was 3 straight pits from the Golden Knights there. As Santa Cruz is going to have to regroup here. Twatch is still hanging on to that supercharger. Time is ticking down, so it can really provide a lot of value here in the late fight. Moop found their friend again. Superman falls. The Widow also does have Meteor Strike. So those are the 2 ultimates online with Graflots getting close. So we'll keep an eye on how the Golden Knights choose to approach this one. Going after Chase Path, the Doomfist taken out. Moop is on fire, going after everyone right now. Agency taken out as well with the help of Clutch. Jafar able to pick off Overcast as well. Golden Knights defense has been so strong here on Dorado.
I think Moop is secretly playing Genji because those picks, they were like a ninja. He was able to fully predict where the DPS were going to position themselves, and then like a phantom in the night, just get behind them, and they weren't even expecting it, and get those critical picks, taking the DPS out of play very early in the team fight, forcing a lot of resource commitment from the rest of the Slugs, but it just wasn't enough. The onslaught was just perfect there. We do see ultimates coming out both from the Slugs and the Golden
That's a
Knights.
lot of Q.
Able to get a lot of purchase off of that ultimate from the gravitational flux. However, Jafar able to get a lot of value out of that Death Blossom. Pardon me. And another full team wipe from the Golden Knights on the Slugs. A very crucial turnaround for this map. Less than 10 seconds.
I don't know if they're going to have time. This is going to be really close. Here they come, though. They should be able to touch at least the Lucio. We'll pause for at least 1 second. The suspense is absolutely killing me.
I'm shaking in my boots, Ben. There's 3 seconds on the clock. You can't do this to me now. Are they gonna touch or not? This is like my soap opera. So I have to wait till next Sunday? No.
No,
I need to know now.
you record it on your VHS and watch it later.
It's 2019, Josh. Laserdisc is making a comeback.
Sorry, beta tape.
That's more like it.
3.5 seconds to go. The Lucio coming up close. This is like the time between like Infinity War and Endgame, where you're just kind of waiting. Like you think you know what's gonna happen, but you never know.
However, we are seeing a halt coming out from Russo. We'll see. I actually didn't
Can I
notice
switch?
that.
Oh, I can't switch. All right. We'll keep an eye on Strunchy.
We'll just continue theory crafting. However, I don't know, man. That halt might just be exactly what the Golden Knights need to keep the Lucio away from the point. I don't think we really saw anyone else following the Lucio. Not many heroes can keep up with
There's
Lucio's
someone
speed.
back there. I don't know who that one is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's an attrition. I think that's Sigma.
All right.
All right, so Sigma is coming up. We'll see if they're able to get speed tatsed up by, I think DPS fraud is still on the Lucio. So we'll see, as DPS fraud has caused a lot of issues, so could see a turnaround. I don't know if we've seen sound barrier from them yet, so they might have that in waiting still. So I guess
does have flux, so we could see another play similar to what Scrunchy performed a few games back, getting the entire team up into the air, technically counting as a C9 because no one's touching the point, just riding out the rest of the clock, because it does keep them airborne for just about a second, maybe a little less. But again, I'm theory crafting, so we'll see how this team fight plays out once the pause is resumed. In the meantime, do you remember what kind of font that is?
Big Noodle 2 Oblique. One of my favorite font names.
Very strong. Very strong.
It's oblique, in fact. But we will wait and see. Oh, here we go. All right, 3 seconds. And then the 3.5 from there. Let's get underway here. The halt is out. It's unable to get anyone. Reaper coming out of nowhere.
Not expecting that.
So we do see the Arisa on. The point is contested currently. Attrition is out, just trying to shred that shield. They do have a Wrecking Ball as well. The grab floats. Oh, unable to get it though.
Sound barrier. They were able to get a pick off and chase back over. That sound barrier came in so clutch for the Slugs. Hammond doing a great job just keeping the Golden Knights away from the point. However, they're pushing back up. Maintain's doing a really good job.
Nice
not being daunted.
attrition.
Another pick, getting the Hammond out of play, and the Reaper. Coalescence kill, make that 2 Overcast, and the other support
That's
for
gonna
the
do
Slugs
it.
down, and that will end it.
What? You
That
know?
was a very juicy team fight coming off.
Oh,
Pause.
just a
Oh,
second too late, Chase Matt. But I did not expect to see that Reaper come out of nowhere. That fight lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
Absolutely.
But
We did see once that Reaper
yeah.
touched the point, just because of who was occupying it, they immediately forced out the Wraith just to get behind enemy lines. So that may have been what partially caused those picks to come earlier for the Golden Knights, because with that Wraith offline, Reaper was not able to really get himself in prime position to get in the back line. Very well played by the Golden Knights. A very strong defense. We'll see how they carry that team synergy to the offense. So far, we're not seeing any switches, but we'll see how the Slugs respond in kind as they find themselves on the defensive.
It'll be very interesting to see. We haven't seen really any kind of bunter setup from the Slugs, and we didn't see it from Golden Knights defending here on Dorado either, but we'll see if that comes out or how they choose to approach the defense here. They were able to get one in a little bit of distance, so definitely attainable if you're a Golden Knight. Getting that payload across Dorado, like you said, no changes here for the Golden Knights. We'll see how the Slugs
Josh?
decide to set up. Yes,
Do you hear the future on with you?
that's what it
Please tell me you
was.
heard that too.
Yep. I liked the
Big
music
thanks to
today.
Clutch,
I'm liking the
musical
music.
savant.
Yes. Can we go back to Bastion the Jingle Bells though? 'Tis the season, my man. It is
It
November.
hey, we still have Thanksgiving.
Uh,
Don't give my turkey man the short end of the stick.
If I say overrated, are you gonna unplug my microphone?
I would be very tempted to, but you're my boy, so I won't. And the match is underway. A lot of pressure coming out for the Sigma barrier. Move once again on Doomfist, getting the high
nice
ground
play.
positioning, drawing a lot of attention for the rest of the Slugs. Will be taken out early. Chaseback able to clean up that kill as Move try to evade the Slugs' own Doomfist.
Well, there's Chase Pat now, able to wraith away, saved it this time, able to get back behind their team's barrier. Citrus will heal up a little bit as the rest of the team will regroup. Cart has moved a little bit, so we'll see how the Golden Knights decide to change their approach here. Moop had all the right ideas, but the Slugs were just a couple seconds ahead of him with Reaper up on that roof and the Sigma up top. Doomfist did try to come over to save the day. I think that's Superman. Yep, now he's set up in the Reaper positioning. Halted together, but Fortified comes out from the Orisa for the Slugs. Now the Doomfist Superman is hit by Moop, but stays up. No pits yet. Bit of a longer poke phase this time. Now Overcast is taken out by Jafar with the help of Moop as well. Oh, he's stunned as he gets just past the barrier. He had the opening, but they lost it. Now they get back a little bit. Someone in behind, I think that's Doom possibly. We'll keep an eye out here. CMB is right on the shield. Oh, bashed right away.
Capitalization
Oh.
off the halt there. We're seeing a lot of crucial ults here. Slugs Orisa did a really good job earlier using the halt to their advantage just to get the DPS out of position. Getting a pick off of that Flossom. The Golden Knights did a good job. They're just trying to suck most of it with the Sigma Black Hole.
Yeah.
Golden Knights being relatively undaunted by the support being down. Able to get an eye for an eye here with DPS Frog once again taken out of play. Jafar popping off, getting another tank out of play. Doofus close to having in the back line, but Jafar will take care of that. Figure is also helping as well, getting Superman out of play now. We're seeing another ultimate come out. Sound barrier coming out from the Golden Knights just to keep everyone nice and topped off from the gravitational flux. Jafar's damage getting slightly sucked away by the Slugs Sigma. However, it won't be enough to stop the momentum. 3 picks off of the Slugs by the Golden Knights. Orisa making the last stand with the Fortify coming out, just trying to stall as long as possible, using the payload as a form of defense. However, it won't be enough as they begin their advance to point 2. Very crucial team fight there. I think I heard a wind up from a Slug Doomfist, so that seemed like it was canceled. We'll see now with Jafar with Death Blossom online how the Golden Knights continue the resource economy unto this next point. Now there's not a lot of congestion here, but as I stated earlier, there's a bit of a pivot and a lot more open high ground for the Slugs to play around with. We saw earlier before the St. Rose were able to break through the defenses, the DPS and the Slugs would have to do a good job playing around with that high ground positioning, really kind of like leapfrogging, as you said earlier, with each other. We're seeing an offensive coalescence coming out. However, a Doomfist meter strike will respond in kind and get Jafar out of play. Moop just in the back line now, just trying to clean up whatever havoc is being wreaked on the Golden Knight support. Superman taken down as well. That was the havoc, and a Sigma pick as well. Overcast able to get clutch out of play. Once again, the fortify management by the Slugs and Reset
Meteor
has
Stride.
been terrific. However, it won't be enough as Whoop waits it out, comes in with a critical Meteor Strike just to reposition, forcing the Wreath out.
There's Death
And
Blossom.
gets the Death Blossom out of play.
Oh!
Will pay for it with his own life. However, avoided the other St. Rose Golden Knights getting picked off by that as well. Gravitational Flux now online for Scrunchy, so we could see a very crucial pick now. The Slugs are nice and grouped up together. However, we're seeing some havoc being wreaked once again by the Slugs. Doomfist able to get in Scrunchy's face, get that accretion out of the way. Sound Barrier now online, and we see Gravitational Flux coming out. Both the DPS now in a very awkward situation on the Slugs. We'll see if Jafar is able to use that Death Blossom to his advantage. Able to force a little bit of a retreat there by the Slugs Doomfist. And
There it
it
is.
is, waiting out the fortify to the last second as the coalescence from Dirk just cleans up what's in front of the Golden Knights, leaving Overcast completely by themselves as they continue their advance. 2 minutes on the clock, and we'll maybe see, well, maybe the final.
Oh, Sound Barrier though.
2 ultimates coming out from the Golden Knights that will continue to give the Slugs Doomfist a little bit of extra HP on the descent. 3, make that 4, make that 5k coming from the Slugs. A very solid halt by the Slugs here.
We'll do a quick ultimate check as we regroup here with just under 2 minutes to go. Fitris does have Sound Barrier. Obviously has paid dividends for both squads here tonight. Moop coming up on another Meteor Strike. So we see how that is used. They're just outside 5 meters to go. Oh, no one saw him coming!
Oh my goodness, once again, he's channeling his inner Genji, being an absolute ninja with his positioning. Coming
Nice
nice
shot!
and highly, a beautiful shot there. Big Iron on his hip as he's just pelting all
Sound Barrier
the
down.
Slugs with so much pepper damage as the rest of the Golden Knights come in and capitalize off the element of surprise that Move had there. Figure's doing a good job just speeding everyone along, doing some havoc of their own on the Slugs backline. Jafar pushing up just to apply some pressure to that shield. The Sigma Barrier now out of play. DPS Frog also out of play. Figure is showing that they are the superior Lucio for this team fight. Jafar almost once again online with Death Blossom clutch, just 3/4 of the way there.
Coalescence out.
Another very offensive Coalescence, just keeping everyone topped on, applying some burst damage there. The rest of the Slugs backline. Another Hammond that could be exactly what the Slugs need. However, that's a 3k off of another Death Blossom coming from Jafar. Again, make that 5, make that 6. A team wipe for the Golden Knights as they will make their advance to the second point and take Dorado for themselves. A beautiful play by the Golden Knights. Very well played by both teams. Let's see this Pog. Let's see it.
I assume it's going to be Jafar at the end, but what a play. Yeah, all right. So what a play there from Jafar, able to pick off 2 with the Blossom and then keep going from there. The rest of the team fight kind of just unraveled as things went on. So we see the play there. They actually ended up missing the halt, but it didn't really matter. Able to get the rest of them. Reaper tried to get on point, but was there for about 0.3 seconds before falling. Jafar with 51 eliminations, 76% kill participation. Unbelievable.
That
We'll be right
match
back.
brings us to 2-1. We'll be right back.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Only through conflict.
And welcome back, everyone, for Game 4 of tonight's exhibition. We find ourselves here on Hanamura, another classic map for Overwatch. We see the Golden Knights once again starting off this team with defense. Let's see the team composition. It appears to be somewhat of a bunker comp here. Double shields, Bastion, of course the tried and true staple of bunker comp, Baptiste, and Dirk on the long range Ana pick could be very lucrative, especially on this map, because on the offense, the Slugs have that really tight choke point to work with, and if they do have some mobility heroes, they could be able to get that entrance on the high ground there. However, that'll give Dirk prime purchase to give the rest of the Golden Knights topped off, and the Slugs at bay. However, it appears the Golden Knights are setting up on the upper right side of the first point here. That could be absolutely. Oh goodness, and the rest of the team behind Moop forcing a very tactful retreat there. If I was in his position, I would be petrified. Moop did a good job there, making the very solid judgment call to yoink on out of there. However, the team fight will immediately commence on the point. A very decisive push by the Slugs, just putting a lot of pressure on the Golden Knights, forcing out a lot of resources in the Brutality Field now in play, which was a very lucrative one in that. So far, there's been no picks off the Golden Knights side. However, that'll be 4 picks from the Slugs. Very well played by the Golden Knights, not caving into the massive amount of pressure that the Slugs is putting them under with their assault, and they will have enough time to reposition themselves for the next approach. Yeah, that was like insane, dude. That was something straight out of a cartoon. Just moving, it's like, oh, I got you, and he turns around, and the rest of the team was like, hello there. I can't get over that. However, we will see once again DPS Frog leading the charge. Ooh, that raid form just seconds away from being punished by the Moop resource. However, we are seeing Moop just getting some nice secure picks off of the Slugs, getting DPS Frog out of play, now with Meteor Strike online, but a very cumbersome wall separating the team. Won't be enough to stop Moop's momentum though, but that accretion will be. Charge she needed to get that coalescence off this team fight far from over. Moop being shut down by May of all people. Very well coordinated there by Superman. We've seen Superman flex in a lot of DPS tonight. It appears that May is really working out for them, and we're seeing Blizzard coming out for them as I speak, and a very somewhat non-lucrative Death Blossom coming out, and the wall off, keeping the supports away from the rest of the team. That was critical as the Slugs will continue to get their pick off of point 1 here. However, the Golden Knights refuse to give up the second tick without a fight. Overcast being shut down by Jafar's point-blank damage. However, Dirk being soul ulted by Slug Sigma. Sigma will pay for that with retaliation by Moop. Now we see another team fight here on the point 2v2. We're seeing Jafar almost coming up on Death Blossom here.
DPS Frog once again in the back line. The Golden Knights have gotten used to that approach, and now they will get them out of play. However, DPS Frog did a good enough job stalling to get the DPS away from the rest of the point, allowing the Slugs to get their purchase there. However, Jafar came back just in time to shut down that approach. Now with May out of play, the Slugs are down the most critical. Ooh, a stun, but a very crucial coalescence cancel by Jafar, who's still in this, getting those point-blank picks. Ooh, and the Reaper v Reaper will go in favor of Chase Pack, a very critical melee there.
Objective lost. New defensive objective B.
Not my time.
I do want to rewind just a little bit. So I used to play so not that's
What really worked for the Slugs there was that they would send somebody out just to draw as much attention away from the point as possible, then coupled with Superman's maze shenanigans, able to separate the team just long enough for those crucial picks to come in by the Slugs. We're seeing another pause here. However, this one's temporary. Pause will not be meta for this match. I stand corrected. The #1 hero pick of Overwatch, latency issues. You hate to see it, but they'll be back online shortly. Except for Overwatch 2, Josh.
so I am. I do find it funny though that the first BlizzCon since I buy the game is when Overwatch 2 decides to come out. So thanks, Jeff. That's a big help there. But from what I saw, it just looks so beautiful. It's so exciting to see that, and I'm really eager to play that and get going from there.
Absolutely. Bit of a monkey's paw, I agree. You buy Overwatch and then they announce 2, but we'll call it a Winston's paw, just to be consistent.
I like what you were trying for, but boo. They are back in it, so we'll see how much more of this pause goes on for. What do you think about the new hero, Echo?
Echo does look pretty fun. There is another hero they announced whose name escapes me right now. Yes, thank you. She has a gun for an arm, so she's already one of my new favorites. So,
Arisa doesn't do it for you?
I mean, she reminds me too much of a farm animal, which has been so done before. I'm ready for a return to form with a humanoid having a gun for an arm.
As of course is tradition.
Yes, exactly. Reject modernity, restore tradition, Josh.
Anyway, as fun as that was, let's get back into it. We see a pretty similar setup this time, just Jafar switching from the Bastion to a that was going
Only through conflict do we
reset
evolve.
the coalescence. We'll see as they get ready for the attack.
Just like the Slugs, the Golden Knights are going to have to play with Hanamura's notorious tight choke point at the beginning for the first point. However, the Slugs, like I said, they did a really good job just drawing away as much of their enemy team's resources as possible just by trickling in a bit, drawing them away. Then with some crowd control shenanigans and a little bit of team coordination, they're able to secure the first point objective. The Golden Knights, of course, have the absolute capacity to respond in kind with a similar strategy, so we'll see what magic move is able to work to create that space, along with the tanks, of course, to lead the team to victory here at the first control point. And here we go. Move once again charging in with the rocket punch. Very aggressive. Actually, very aggressive. They're setting up past the choke point, it seems. separating most of the team from basically each other. However, DPS Frog doing a good job getting topped off by the other slug support. Made by herself, and Superman goes down. Move channeling his inner Doomsday just to get that into play, and he just punched my man square in the face out of that teleport. What a punish, forcing another resource out of the slugs. Reaper there, forcing a black hole out of the Sigma as well. Meteor online that could save his life if he's a little bit too far in. Ooh, that Wreath form narrowly avoiding the hull, but it won't be enough as the Golden Knights fluently capture point 1 Harmorna and begin their advance with more than 5 minutes on the clock to point 2. My goodness. Josh, can we get an ultimate check? Hey, perfect, right on the money shot. And however, Move will be punished by Agency's damage roll, and DPS Frog getting a crucial pick on the Golden Knights tanks. However, it will cost Jafar to get their tank as well. Exactly, yeah, she's well balanced, you know it is. But Jafar, really creative use there of the teleport. He saw that the team fight wasn't going the direction that the Golden Knights had hoped. However, a teleport for a very sneaky approach. However, Sigma has found out and will snitch to the rest of the slugs so that they can change the approach. A little bit of alliteration there for you. Move teleporting back into the fray and will be taken out by the slugs. A crucial pick for them as this team fight now sways back in their favor. Move also taken out. Figure is doing the best they can. Another ice wall able to get Figures from escaping the enemy fire as DPS Frog swoops in for the kill. That was vile. That was a war crime. My goodness. Exactly. The hitbox is just a little bit too big. 2 minutes on the clock. Like you said, the Golden Knights do have time for a few more pushes here. Coalescence is online along with Gravitational Flux, and Jafar's done a really good job holding on to Death Blossom, not popping in a panic or just trying to save themselves, just saving it for the critical moment to get those critical picks. A very interesting wall by closing off an approach by the slugs on the right side. However, it seems that most of them did sit up here on the high ground. An enemy blizzard coming out, able to get a few freezes off, trying to minimize the damage as much as possible, trying to get some counter freezes. However, that will result in a technical team kill. Never mind, a full team kill for the slugs. Very well coordinated. They were able just to really hold their ground on the high ground, forcing a full retreat by the Golden Knights with a man and a half now on the clock, with about just as many ultimates now online. It did cost them a Coalescence, but they do have Sound Barrier soon. Never mind, Coalescence was actually used in that last team fight. Another Ice Wall coming out. Ah, man. high ground Blizzard. Very lucrative, just trying to get them out of position. Another Death Blossom coming out from Chaseback. I think that's the second one he's gotten. While Jafar's team continue to hold on to his, will be taken out by the enemy gravitational flux. The Slugs have done a terrific job just holding the point off. Vigorous coming in hot just to contest it once the overtime clock is about to hit. The speed boost coming in. Battle of supports right now as the rest of the team from the Slugs. A solo. Very nice. Ooh, Luke switching off to Tracer just to try to keep the contest on as long as possible. Clutch doing a good job just creating some space there. Sound barrier, if they can get back in time, this could be huge. CMB does go down. Dirk with a very interesting choice for damage orbs. Sound barrier coming out for some critical juice for the rest of the Golden Knights. However, Scrunchy is out of play. Overtime clock once again on its decline. And that'll be it.
Play of the game.
A very creative ultimate synergy there. Sound barrier doing a good job keeping people alive during the gravitational flux. However, the double dip of the Death Blossom on top of the crowd controlling Blizzard just won it out for the Slugs. And that will bring us to the conclusion of today's exhibition match. Final score 3-1. Victory tonight will go to the University of California Santa Cruz Slugs. A very valiant effort put up tonight by the St. Rose Overwatch Golden Knights Team A. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time. As always, I'm Ted, joined tonight by the Muse, my wing, and flame.
Josh, my mic was off for a while, so I'm wondering how much of that came through. But yeah, good matchup here from both teams. Santa Cruz will take this one. We thank you all for watching. I believe we are back Wednesday for ECAC matchups for Overwatch. Until then, stay frosty. See you next time.